All right, how's it going, guys? Whew. Been a fucking day, hasn't it? You know, I knew this day would come. I tweeted back, in February. I just retweeted it here recently. That 30K, was going to come. It took a very long time. We scalped the levels in between, but we knew eventually this market structure would try to complete itself. And now you're trying to figure out where the bottom is. So I'm gonna go over my insights on what I think is going to happen and what would push me to make a trade in these conditions. I also want to go over, things you shouldn't be doing if you just lost a bunch of your money. We've all been there. If you were a trader at all, you've lost all your money before. I have done that myself, once or twice. So, there's some good things you want to hear. But, anyways, if y'all would go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel as well, that'll really help me out. And I always appreciate anything like that. So, thank you guys very much. All right. Let's put some lines back on here. Zoom in on here. See, it's just been down only action. I posted on Twitter about these fractals being exactly the same, and I compared it to this one. And here we are after another drawdown. Fractals run the game, and I've spoke about that a million times. Fractals run the game. Pay attention to price action. It often rhymes. Often, very often. It's manipulated market, of course. They're just going to reuse it. But anyways, as you can see, let's break it down to a little lower time frame. It's been down only. I mean, there's not been any bounces since I shorted up here. Literally. I was like, I even told the Telegram, I was like, y'all get in. They're giving you guys the endless opportunity of buying this bottom, right? Yeah, they don't do that. It was obvious it was going to go down farther. But as you can see, we've just been making resistance after resistance after resistance, following that 5-minute, the 5-minute 200 EMA. We've been using that as a resistance point. That's how you know the market is just weak right now, and you need to wait for confirmation. I told my Telegram last night too. I was like, I bet we trade under 30K in the next 3 weeks, and I'll be damned, it's like 24 hours. But this is what I'm kind of looking at now, as we just make resistance after resistance after resistance. Put it down on the 15-minute. It looks like shit. There's no way I would long anything like this right now. I gave the plan for it to reclaim up here and then shoot up there, but losing this area, it's going to go down. This is the last defense here. You got Luna, selling all their Bitcoin into 30K support too. I mean, you can't make it up. There's a million reasons why this thing is going down, but it's like there's so much fear in the market right now. I'm tempted to buy it, but not before confirmation and a steady reclaim of this level. We got the CPI Wednesday, so that always usually has a squeeze. And now everyone wants the turnaround Tuesday event immediately right now. There's a lot of things to think about if you're trying to trade right now. There's almost too much to make a decision. You're better off just staying flat, or honestly staying flat or short. Because if you're looking at the structure right now, I mean, it is just hanging on by a thread. I mean, we ain't ran those lows yet either, as you can see. On the daily, though, we never really lose that 30K without a bounce. Back here when we first broke the all-time high back in December 2020, bounced at 30K. Came down here, on 19th of May of 2021, wicked down to 30.3K, bounced. On that first wick, we usually get a bounce. That's what I'm, like I said, just pay attention to the levels. They usually tell you what's going to happen. So, this is the spot to pay attention. We're at the support of a range that we've been in for a year. You don't want to short it, obviously. You don't, obviously. Kind of want to short it. I kind of want to short it, but you shouldn't, obviously. You can go down to the weekly here. And this is really what I'm waiting to touch. I want it to come touch this 200 EMA right here on the weekly. And it would make so much sense with my thesis too. Everyone wants to long 28K. We either don't get 28K or we cascade right through it. And that's what I'm really looking for. But if I was going to make any type of short-term trade based off of this right now, like I said, it'd have to stay above here. It's obvious where you should cut, and where you should not cut. Losing this level is basically, it's, and I expect chop right now, just some chop, slow crab upwards into the CPI Wednesday. That's my biggest expectation. There's a lot of fear. There's like a 100,000 Bitcoin move to exchanges today. One of the tops, one of the biggest red days in market history, I think, like top 5. So there's a lot of fear that could be bought here. So you don't want to necessarily short. You just want to pay attention, see if it builds some support, and continues upward. But that's what I'm thinking is crab environment into the CPI. It's going to be a tricky one because everyone expects a pump for them now. So it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens. Um, and also, if you lost all your money today or this week, or you lost most of your money, there's this weird mindset that you'll adapt to. You already lost 50% of your portfolio. You're like, fuck it. You already lost. It's beating you down so much that you're like, this rest of this money don't even matter. And then you lose that money, and then about a month or two goes by, and you're like, wow, what was I thinking? I could have at least held on to that and tried again. There's a weird state of mind that makes you do things like that. I've been through the ringer with it, so I know. Protect capital. That's the number one rule of the game is protect capital. You can't lose all your money, lose most of your money on one trade or two trades, and now everyone's sitting here revenge trading. Give it a couple days, let something build. Form a plan before you do that. This market will tear you apart emotionally. So you got to try. The trade, it really takes a gut. It takes a different mindset if you want to be a profitable trader. You gotta, first you got to realize this money isn't yours. Okay, the money, you may have gained some money in this market, but until you put it into the bank account, the money is not yours. Okay, that's why taking consistent profits is always key. If not, you'll just build up your trading portfolio, and you may end up losing most of it. Traders, they'll go a whole month and slowly build up their great wins all month, and then 1 or 2 days will wipe it all away. That happens more often than not. Is you build up a portfolio, really good, and then you just blow it the fuck away on stupid things. You either got too confident, or you're just like, I made this much money. You just got overconfident. So make sure you keep your head in the right game, you guys. This is it. This is where you make it or break it. You either fucking come out of this a monster, or you're defeated. The choice is yours. But yeah, that's really all I got to say, guys. Like I said, please like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the love on Twitter. I do this shit because I love it. I love it. It's just that simple. Got a passion. I'm obsessed with it. So I appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good day.